Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, Deep South Bayou Diesel. I don't ever record me really much in my 7.3, but this 7.3 gets down. I love this truck. Just had to make a quick run to Walmart. Like I told you guys, I'm expecting my third kid, so the wife has cravings now, so I had to drive 20 miles for some chocolate ice cream, which is absolutely fine, and I wish people would stop pulling out in front of me. You know, I don't like all this raw power being locked up by people that just want to keep cutting me off. And then look at this jacknut from Texas sitting here at a green light. Look at that. Look at that. You're in the wrong state to be doing that, buddy. Go on back to Texas. Gone back to the Lone Star State where the stars at night are dull and dim. Don't even have your headlights on. Look at that. Oh no, you do have headlights on. Told you guys, this 7.3 gets down hardcore. You know, I'm just not, you know, speed limit's 50 through here. I'm doing 5 over, as you can even see on my radio, which I can't wait until I can put one of these in my my 6.0, but I'm just focusing on the important things right now. You know, watch my previous videos. That way you'll have a better idea of what's going on. But oh, I love this truck. I missed it. I haven't driven this truck in like a week, and I thought I had a quarter of a tank of gas. I have a half a tank of gas, so I've got like a quarter of a tank of gas in my 6.0, and because I got sick last week, so I only worked half a week last week, so I got half a paycheck. So that sucked because, you know, cost of living's gone up a little bit. It's not anything to freak out about, but, you know, we usually designate a certain amount of money that we set aside for groceries every week. And, well, it wasn't completely enough. We came in short by like $10. You know, so if I have to add $10 to the weekly grocery bill, that's absolutely fine. It's called life. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. I barely stepped on the accelerator, and I'm already where I want to be. So this truck, I mean, as you can see, it's pretty much a smooth drive. You know, there's a slight vibration issue. It's not the tires, they're brand new. It's not the brakes, those are brand new. The brake calipers are brand new. U-joints are brand new. The, I can't remember what you call it, but it connects, the yokes, that's it, the yokes. So the yoke at the differential is brand new. The yoke that separates the two drive shafts, I have a 2-piece drive shaft, those two are brand new. So when I jack the truck up, if you watch the differential go around, you'll see it not only rotate, but it'll also bounce up and down. And it didn't do that when I first got this truck. And I'm honestly thinking it's an issue in the differential, which I will address that later. The truck, as you can see, It's a great grocery getter, and it's fine going to and from work. Now, that 6.0 is mainly my, everyday drive. I drive that, or my daily driver is what I meant to say. Now, it's getting hot. AC works great in both these vehicles. I'm not worried about that. I do have a water pump, and this 7.3 is going out. The wee pole does leak coolant. Now, I do run straight coolant. I don't do 50-50. I don't run straight water. That's stuff I used to do back when I was a teenager, just trying to cut corners. If you didn't have much money, you would go and just get the water hose and fill up your cooling system with water. And I was always told, yeah, you can get away with it in the summertime, but you really shouldn't do that in general. And the reason why, if you're going to put straight water in your cooling system, you should use distilled water. So you should either distill it or go to a big box store or your local store and pick up some distilled water, because even tap water, hold on, slow down now, even tap water has minerals in it, and those minerals create deposits inside of your cooling system. And water is not, there's no lubricating factors to water whatsoever. I mean, except to the human body. But, like for instance, inside of your cooling system, like your water pump, that's a mechanical portion that spins around and pumps the fluid throughout your cooling system. Well, that's needing to be lubricated. So when you run straight water in there, especially if you run tap water, well, here's the thing. Do you have hard water? Is your water soft? I mean, what kind of water do you have? So unless you actually know, you're unknowingly putting hard water deposits, mineral deposits. You don't know what you're putting in your cooling system, and that's just going to create a failure point later on down the road that's just not worth it. And it's better off to put concentrated coolant in your system next time. Use a signal, jackass. It's better to use concentrated coolant in your system, or even 50-50 if that's what you want to do, than water. And yes, I did just have a little bit of road rage back there, but I can't stand it when a person doesn't use a signal. There's an influx of people that have moved here from all these blue states, and so I really don't know who in the hell's who and who's going where. There are vehicles where I can look at it and be like, oh, that's so-and-so. I know where they're going to go, for the most part. Like, if they're going home, going to work. Other than that, I don't stay in people's business. But there's like I'd say a 55 to 60% increase of vehicles here and people that I have never seen. And on and off, I've been here my entire life. I've lived here permanently for 11 years, but my entire life I've been coming back and forth here. So I pretty much know the majority of the people that are around here. And that's why, when people do stuff like that, that's not normal. Especially not at this time of night or this time of day. I'm not gonna, I can see tail lights. I'm not looking at what make and model it is. I used to be able to do that when I was younger, you know, when all these different vehicles didn't look so generic. But a lot of these vehicles pretty much look the same now, so I don't try to say, oh, that's a 1992 Nissan Acura, or Nissan Acura, what in the hell's a Nissan Acura? Nissan Altima. Or, you know, oh, that's a 95 Mustang, you know, like that just passed me. I don't know what the hell that was. Could have been a Ford Expedition, the newer one, like 2020, 2024, 25. Could have been an Expedition, could have been a Suburban. Next time you see one of the newer SUVs, Expedition, Suburban, at night, you're not going to know the difference in them. They all look the same. They're all junk. They're throwaway vehicles. I'm not a fan of these newer vehicles. This isn't really a specific vehicle. I'm all over the place. I know I'm all over the place. It's mainly just I don't really drive my 7.3. This is more of a, when shit hits the fan, I go get this. But I work next week. I had a short check. So to conserve the fuel in my 6.0, I went and took my 7.3. Now really, I did pick up a watermelon from Walmart, but other than the watermelon, I got like some ice cream, some fruit, and some drinks. That's it. Well, once I get my motorcycle up and going, I'm going to be taking a lot of trips on my bike if we're not going anywhere, you know, as a whole, as a family. I noticed that the further in this first trimester, the less she likes going in public, which I can understand. You know, this ain't the first rodeo. She's done this before, and good God, man, do you have to have your brights on? That is so rude. I don't understand. Like, dude, we're both in freaking, you know, I don't know if his was a 1 ton or a 3/4 ton, but hell, we're both running cab lights. Have some courtesy, man. Don't run your brights. I don't understand. There's a freaking indicator. What do you... I guess people just run their brights so long that little indicator light just burns out. And so they just don't know that their brights are on. And I mean, I'm not going to flash them, especially with other vehicles on the road, because I don't want to be the cause of someone having an accident. But my God, have some common decency. Like, I know it may look like my brights are on, they're not. I'll show you my brights after we get off the main highway. But these are not my brights. That's just how good these lights are. But my lights do not go... I haven't had one person bright light me in this truck. Now, my 6.0, I did when I first put those new headlights in there, but I pointed them down, and I haven't had one person bright light me. So, once we turn here, once I slow down, speed limit's 40 and I'm doing 53. There we go, that's a little better. But yeah, once we turn here and get past all the different people's houses, I'm gonna let you guys hear me accelerate. I love that sound. I love my 6.0. It sounds like a freaking air jet. But this, I love that. It's like it's blowing off steam. And there's no blow-off valve on here. But it's like it's like, like, man, you really put your foot in me. That came out wrong. But I love that sound. And I've gone through a full tank of fuel just enjoying the sound of this turbo. And this is actually not the original turbo. that came on this truck, at least not when I got it. When I had it, I noticed that some of the fan blades, the turbine blades, were all chewed up on the old turbo. And so, let me go ahead and get off the road for you, buddy. I can do it. I'm lifted. Come on. Come on. Don't be scared. Get the hell out of my way. That's my brakes. And yes, I'm doing damn near 70 miles an hour. I don't understand why people say the 7.3s are slow. They're not. And I didn't have my foot to the floor. That was a little more than a quarter pedal that I just gave it for it to get up and go like that. 7.3s are not slow. I'm not flooring it because I don't want to wrap this truck around a tree. I've put way too much work into this truck. I love this truck. And that's why I baby it and don't drive it as much. And I'm not like everyone around here. Like, I'll be on Facebook Marketplace, and you'll see a person selling something because they're like, oh, I don't drive it that much. I hate to see it sit. It needs to be driven. Then drive the fucking thing. Don't just sell your stuff, man, because you're going to turn around and regret that. Like, I've sold stuff in the past that I regret, and that came out wrong. That really came out wrong. What I meant is, I've sold a Mustang GT in the past. And it was a 2000 Mustang GT 5-speed. Had long tube headers on it. Let's see here. It had Borla knockoff exhaust, and it sounded amazing. Look at that. I'm just spinning out back. Holy shit. Yeah, I had to let off of it. This thing's got so much torque. All I was doing was just spinning tires. I have squalled tires in this 7.3 going to work. I had a state trooper follow me. When he realized, oh, he's going to work, he kind of let me off easy. He could have pulled me over, but he didn't. But it's because I was at a dead stop, and then I didn't feel like waiting for the long line of vehicles that were coming. So, I got on it, and both tires just squalled. And these are all-terrain tires on here. It's already impressive when you squall tires on a 7.3 with radials. When you do that with all-terrains, you've got something going. But see, there's no programmer on here. The only thing that's on here that is brand new is the brain, and it is not chipped. I got the thing off of eBay from a reputable company. I can't remember their name. If I find the information on it, I'll put it in the description. But it's a lifetime warranty. So, as long as that company is in business, my son could own this truck. And he could say to me, hey, Dad, the computer went out. If that company is still in business, I could be like, hey, son, send me that computer so I can send it back to them. And then they can send you out a brand new computer. And you can just keep on going. Hell, by that time, it'll probably have a whole new engine in it by then. I know this thing needs another transmission, and you would never guess it with the way how smooth this transmission shifts. See, people talk about, oh, the 4R100 is a weak transmission. No, it's not. You know what's weak? Where the Ford engineer screwed up? Putting that dinky little tiny transmission cooler on here. That's why everyone does the 6.0 upgrade. It's funny because I have a 6.0 and I compared it to the one that I put on here. I put the AC condenser on here. I put the radiator on here. The only thing I haven't changed out is the intercooler. But I've pretty much restored this truck from the previous owner. And if the previous owner is watching my videos, it's nothing against you. You did the best you could. My respect goes to you, but sometimes it takes a stronger arm to turn the bolts on a diesel. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to come off as a disrespectful person or anything like that. I'm just saying sometimes it takes a stronger individual to rotate bolts and nuts on a diesel vehicle, diesel truck. But anyway, guys, I'm home. I'm not going to let this ice cream melt, especially since I rode 20 miles back home with the windows down instead of with the AC, which is what I should have done. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Later, Gators.